Does this sound like you? You might make a tiny step, but fear stops you from taking the next step, or it stops you from following through. Sometimes the fear is so strong, so powerful, it can actually just stop you cold. It can stop you dead in your tracks, so you don't even start. You don't even begin. You just freeze. Here's the thing. You must not let fear or anything else rule you anymore. You must not let fear or anything else stop you in your tracks. You must first begin with a burning desire. You must begin with a fire in your heart, a fire in your soul to make a difference. First, in your own life, so that you can also make a difference in the lives of others. When you let go of the fear, when you can say no to fear ruling your life, you can actually create, you can make space in your life, you can clear the decks so that you can live into your highest and best self. And when you do that, you actually are making an agreement with God to become the inspired and passionate person that He designed you to be. You can draw strength from so many other people, knowing that if they can do it, if they can make a new start, hey, you can do it too. You can begin again just like anybody else. As you make your new start, be sure to focus on your vision of your future self. Also, be sure to surround yourself with people who love you. People who love you. People who lift you up. People who only have your best interest at heart. Now, another thing, I like listening to inspiring music or reading an inspiring book or an inspiring scripture, right? Or sometimes I take in some inspiring quotes. I want to share a few words with you to encourage you as you make your new start in life, whatever it happens to be. These words are from Plato, from almost 2,500 years ago. Plato says, "The beginning is the most important part of the work." That sounds a little bit like William Murray, right? Okay, deciding to act, making that commitment. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Nourish beginnings. Let us nourish beginnings. Not all things are blessed, but the seeds of all things are blessed. The blessing is in the seed. Now, those lovely wise words are from one of my favorite poets, Muriel Rukeyser. Nourish beginnings, she says. Let us nourish beginnings. Not all things are blessed, but the seeds of all things are blessed. The blessing is in the seed. Here's what Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. says about beginning. Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Now, it's been said that change can be scary. But you know what's even scarier? Allowing fear to stop you from growing, evolving, and progressing. Now, that's pretty scary. So change can be scary, but you know what's scarier? Allowing fear, which stands for false expectations appearing real. Right? F-E-A-R, false expectations appearing real. Allowing fear to stop you from growing, evolving, and progressing. Now, I'm going to share with you again the scripture that I shared earlier, which is there is a time for everything, right? So ask yourself, what time is it? There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. And no matter what time it is, I want you to remember these words of writer F. Scott Fitzgerald. He says it's never too late to become who you want to be. I hope you live a life that you're proud of, and if you find that you're not, I hope you have the strength to start over. It's never too late to become who you want to be. I hope you live a life that you're proud of. And if you find that you're not, I hope you have the strength to start over. So lots of love and generosity and blessings in those encouraging words. If you missed last week's show or any part of this week's podcast, you can listen on demand at your convenience. You can listen to it on the go, right? You can find me on iTunes, Alexa, SoundCloud, Spreaker.com, and so many other places. You can even listen in right here on Talk Network Radio. Check it out. www.talknetworkradio.com, and you can find my page by entering in that URL, www.talknetworkradio.com/legacyliving.html. Okay, /legacyliving.html, and you can catch up on all my shows. All right. Before I close today, I want to thank each of you for tuning in, for allowing me to share a bit about my journey with what legacy living is all about. Not just living and learning, but living and learning and serving, so that you make a difference in your own life and in the lives of others. It's about being on purpose every single day, 365, 24/7. Legacy living is a very powerful way to make your life count. Before I close today's show, I want to thank you for joining me here today. I'm your host, Dr. Gloria Burgess, and this has been Legacy Living, Make Your Life Count. Please join me again next time, right here on Talk Network Radio for another podcast of Legacy Living, Make Your Life Count. We're here again next time, right here on Talk Network Radio. And remember, don't just count the days in your life. Make the days in your life count. That's what legacy living is all about. Have a fantastic day, and remember, make the days in your life count. God bless you. That's our show today. I'm your host, Dr. Gloria Burgess. I hope you'll join me again next week. Until then, don't just count the days in your life. Make the days in your life count. That's what legacy living is all about. Here's to you. Have a fantastic day. Be sure to make it a yes kind of day. And remember, celebrate. Celebrate the music of your life. Make the days in your life count.